Hello and welcome to Liberty Nation's LNTV. I'm your host, Mark Angelides. Today I'm joined by Legal Affairs Editor, Mr. Scott DeCrescenzo. Welcome, Scott.
Cheers, Mark.
So, Scott, we're about to make history with the Supreme Court, who have suspended arguments due to COVID-19. Can you tell us what's happening?
Mark, the court basically shut down all of its public-facing operations throughout the month of April, including oral arguments and allowing court visitors. But when they reopen on May the 4th for oral argument over telephone, they will allow for the first time ever a live audio broadcast of those arguments in order to fulfill their sort of public access portion of their job. They've always been open to the public, a limited number of seats to be sure for their arguments. And because no one can actually go into the courtroom to hear arguments starting in May, they will allow for the first time this live audio broadcast.
The question occurs, Scott, why haven't they done this before?
Well, I think, Mark, the answer is that they don't want to be celebrities. They want to be able to go to the store and not have people yell at them about their stances on abortion or gun control. And with the exception of newer justices, for the first few years after their hearings go on, they are able to live relatively anonymously. The other thing, Mark, is the quality of the argument, that the counselors themselves are not making arguments to play towards an audience other than the justices themselves. And the minute that you allow sort of live broadcast, I think the feeling is that you'll have people playing to the crowd, and something that the justices do not want.
Well, Judge Judy is very popular, I believe.
She's the number one highest paid television personality in America, I think, Mark.
Really? Well, Scott, do you think, bearing in mind what you've just said, do you think we'll see at any point a video version of this soon?
Previously, Mark, the closest thing we've got to live audio is same-day audio. So this is a huge jump, just allowing live audio. And I don't think we'll see it be continued should the court go back to quote-unquote normal operations after the coronavirus crisis, because they don't want that kind of exposure, and they really, frankly, don't need it. This is not something that people need to sort of react to moment. The court moves sort of glacially compared to the other branches. So I would say likely no.
And Scott, final question for you. Will there be any big cases covered during this live oral arguments broadcast?
Yes, Mark. The biggest one is the Little Sisters of the Poor case, which is the case regarding whether or not religiously affiliated organizations have to offer contraception as part of their sort of healthcare packages, even if that would violate sort of the religious tenets of the organization. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's the nuts and bolts of it. And that case will be heard the first week that the court holds arguments reopened under COVID under these new restrictions.
Thanks for the update, Scott. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Mark.
And thank you to you at home for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe to the channel, or head over to libertynation.com where we have more articles, LNTVs, podcasts, and radio, or check us out on our new Roku channel. Thanks very much.